Good morning to one and all. Today, I wish to talk on the subject Introduction to Homeopathy, before which I will I want to talk about the rebel doctor, the life of Samuel Hahnemann. Every great moment as a leader, and the story of Homeopathy begins with a man who was in every sense of the word a rebel. His name was Samuel Hahnemann, and his journey is testament to the power of intellectual curiosity and moral conviction. Hahnemann was born in Germany 1755, and from young age he was in prodigy. He was not just a doctor, he was a master of languages, a chemist, and a botanist. He had brilliant mind that was almost pathologically curious. He looked at the world and asked not just what, but why. And most importantly, is there a better way? He graduated from medical school and began to practice conventional medicine. This was the late 18th century and medicine was brutal affair. Doctors practiced what was called heroic medicine. The belief was that to cure a disease, you had to attack it with equal or greater force. This meant bloodletting, draining a patient's blood to release bad humors. It meant purging with laxatives and including vomiting to cleanse the body. As the body saying goes, the cure was often worse than a disease. Hahnemann, a man of profound ethics, became deeply disillusioned. He saw his patients suffering more from his treatments than from his illnesses, from their illnesses. He felt like he was causing more harm to good than good, and as a result, he quit the medicine altogether. He could not, in good conscience, continue to practice a system he believed was fundamentally flawed. To make a living, he turned to what he knew best: translation. It was during this time, while translating a major medical context by Dr. William Cullen, that his life and the course of medicine changed forever. Cullen wrote what cinchona bark, a substance used to treat malaria, worked because of its bitter taste and his ability to act as a stomach tonic. Hahnemann, with his inquiring mind, read this and thought, this doesn't feel right. He had suspicion that there was something more to it. So he did what no one else was doing. He decided to test on himself. He took a small regular dose of cinchona bark while he was perfectly healthy and began to meticulously record his symptoms. What happened next was aha moment. He began to develop symptoms very similar to malaria itself: fever, chills, and weakness. When he stopped taking the bark, the symptoms also disappeared. He realized that cinchona bark did not work. Despite causing these symptoms, it worked because it caused them. He stumbled upon the fundamental truth: a substance that causes symptoms is a health in a healthy person can be used to treat similar symptoms in a sick person. It was a profound intelligent leap. This wasn't a one-off finding for Hahnemann. It was the spark that it lit the flame. He began to systematically test other substances, arsenic, belladonna, coffee, on himself and a group of healthy volunteers, meticulously documenting every single symptom. He called this process proving, and it became the foundation of all homeopathic knowledge. He was like a scientist in a pre-scientific age, following the evidence, whatever it led, even if it meant challenging the entire medical establishment. It was building a new system from the ground up based on observation and gentle philosophy. This process of proving led him to the magnum opus, his foundational text, his manifesto, the Organon of Medicine. And with that, he had created not just a new remedy, but a new way of thinking about health and disease. He had gone from a disillusioned doctor to a revolutionary medical scientist. His legacy is a system built built on the very principles he discovered. Next, we will dive into the aphorisms of Organon and truly understand the course of his vision. Now, we get to the core of it, the actual idea that make the homeopathy tick. The Organon is not a historical document, it is a living guide to the practice. We will explore a few of the most important aphorisms that lay out Hahnemann's philosophy. This is where Hahnemann, the physical soul mission, this is where Hahnemann starts his powerful statement. The physician's sole and highest mission is to restore the sick to health, to cure, as it is termed. Sounds obvious, right? But Hahnemann's time, this was not the focus. The mission was to treat the symptoms, not to cure the whole person. He was setting a new standard. The doctor's job is not just to manage the disease, but to truly restore the patient to a state of complete, lasting health. He is saying, don't just suppress the cough, find the root cause and cure the person so the cough never comes back. He follows up with what that cure should look like. The highest ideal of the cure is rapid, gentle, and permanent restoration of the health or removal and annihilation of the disease in its whole extent in the shortest most reliable, and the most harmless way. Notice the key words here: rapid, gentle, permanent. This was a direct contrast to the brutal and very often temporary treatments of his day. He wanted the medicine that was quick, did not hurt the patient, and provided a lasting cure. It is a vision of medicine that is still aspirational today. We have touched the law of similars. We have touched on this, but here is the official Organon articulation. A weaker dynamic affection is permanently extinguished in the living organism by a stronger one if latter, whilst differing in kind, is very similar to the former in its manifestation. This is a scientific explanation for like cures like. It is an energetic principle. Think of it like a radio signal. If you want to get rid of a weak, fuzzy signal, that is the disease, you don't use random different signal. You use the very similar but much stronger signal, that is the remedy, to override it and create a clear channel. The remedy doesn't fight the disease, it mimics it but with greater strength, allowing the body to take over and restore balance. The vital force. This is a deep philosophical concept. Hahnemann believed that a healthy body is governed by a non-material dynamic force he called the vital force. In the state of health, the spiritual vital force, that is autocracy, animates the material human body and holds all its parts in harmonious vital operations. When we get sick, it is not the organs themselves that are failing first. It is this vital force that has been disturbed and derailed. The symptoms, the cough, the fever, the headache, are just the external expression of this internal derangement. Homeopathic remedies do not act on the physical body directly, but they act on the vital force, stimulating it to restore harmony. It is like rebooting a computer when its software is glitching. The hardware is fine. It is the operating system that needs a nudge. Individualization. The principle is what makes homeopathy an art form. The physician must perceive the totality of the symptoms to construct a complete image of the disease. Hahnemann instead that you don't treat the disease name but you treat the person. Two people might both have a headache, but one is robing and better in dark room, while the others is dull and feels better with pressure. These details matter. The homeopath collects every specific unique symptoms, physical, mental and emotional, to find out the remedy that matches the person's unique symptom picture. Next we come to drug proving. This is the scientific backbone of the system. The sole method of obtaining an accurate knowledge of the medicinal power of drugs is to test them on healthy human beings. As we discussed with the Cinchona experiment, Hahnemann method was to systematically give substances to healthy volunteers and meticulously record every symptom they developed. This is how homeopaths know what each remedy is capable of curing. It is a scientific, empirical process of observation. Minimum dose and potentiation. Potentiation. Finally, we come to the principle that is both most controversial and most misunderstood. Hahnemann discovered that the key was to dilute the substance to the point where it is no longer toxic, and with each dilution he would vigorously shake it. He called this process succession. He found that this activated a dynamic energy within the substance. The final remedy is often diluted that not a single molecule of the original substance remains. This is the part of the compounds conventional science, but from a homeopathic perspective, it is not about chemical presence, it is about the energetic imprint. It is like taking a drop of a powerful dye and spreading it over a huge canvas. The original drop is gone, but its color and essence are everywhere. The remedy acts on an energetic level, not physical one. And that, my friends, is whirlwind tour of the philosophical and practical cure of homeopathy as laid down in Organon. It is a system born from rebellion, built on meticulous observation and dedicated to the highest ideal of cure. Conclusion: Homeopathy's place in the modern world. We have traveled through time from barbaric medicine of the 18th century with its heroic but often harmful acts to a revolutionary approach born from one man's integrity and intellectual curiosity. We have explored Hahnemann's life, his rebellion, and the core principles laid in masterpiece, the Organon of medicine. Homeopathy is a system that, at its heart, is based on three simple yet profound ideas. Like cures like, a principle that seeks to align the body's own defense mechanisms using a substance that causes symptoms to gently awaken the system to heal itself. The minimum dose, a lesson in subtlety and respect, recognizing that less can be more and that body often needs only a gentle nudge, not a powerful chemical sledgehammer. Individualization. A return to a personalized, human-centered form of medicine, where every detail of patient's unique experience is a crucial piece of the healing puzzle. While homeopathy has a long and respected history, it is not without its challenge today. In an age of molecular biology and pharmaceutical dominance, its energetic principles can seem to fly in the face of what we have been taught to believe about the medicine. The scientific community often debates its efficacy, and its mechanisms are still not fully understood by conventional science. This is in many ways a clash of two very a clash of two very different paradigms. One that seeks to quantify and analyze every molecule, and another that looks at the body as dynamic, interconnected system with its own inherent wisdom. However, homeopathy continues to be practiced by millions of people around the world. It is a system that for many provides a gentle, non-toxic and effective path to healing, a path they often seek when conventional medicine has offered no answers or has caused unacceptable side effects. It reminds us that medicine can be more than just a list of chemical reactions. It can be an art of meticulous observation and a profound partnership with the body's own incredible ability to heal. So, the next time you hear the word homeopathy, I hope you will think of something more than just sugar pills. I hope you will think of a rebel doctor, a brilliant mind, and a system of medicine he sought to make cure rapid, gentle, and permanent. Remember, medicine is not just about defeating the disease, but about restoring health. And that in itself is a truly heroic vision. Thank you all.